Hey there, welcome into the show. You're watching Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. My name is Chase Sr. Hope everybody out there is having a fantastic Friday. Thank you to all of the real ones, the legends, our subscribers, and the entire Bird Gang for making today's show a part of your day. What I want to talk about here, you think about the Eagles and the Commanders. This rivalry reignited inside the NFC East given how Philadelphia just won the Super Bowl, but the reemergence of Washington and the fact that the Commanders could serve as a threat to Philadelphia inside the NFC East and inside the NFC. But the Commanders' offseason strategy, which we're going to go through, and the moves that they've made, it's been very puzzling up to this point, and it directly impacts Philadelphia, considering this is a team in the way of the Eagles, and these two teams meet up 2 times a year. Before we get started, new sub-battle here on the show. Eagles Now and the 49ers Report, 2 mega channels here under the Chat Sports umbrella. And yes, I know a lot of you don't like this. I am the host of both. Now, the 49ers Report has been around for a longer period of time as compared to Eagles Now, but look at how quickly and how fast we've been able to grow the Eagles Now empire here. I'm from the Philadelphia area, lifelong Eagles fan. It's an honor to be able to host 2 massive shows which reach millions of people every single month and year round here at Chat Sports. But hit that subscribe button. How quickly can we close this gap between 2 teams who have become rivals over the last couple of years in the NFC? Before we talk about all of this, I want to say thank you to a brand new sponsor who just hopped on board here at Philadelphia Eagles Now and at Chat Sports. That is House of Atlas. Check out their products right now at houseofatlas.com/chat. And when you use the code CHAT, for all of my fellas and ladies out there, you can get 15% off. They sent us a package, and these are just tools for the Atlas man. And I love everything that they have to offer and what they stand for and the quality of products as well. They gifted us one of their razors, and honestly, I'm kind of blown away. Not only does it look insanely sleek sitting in my bathroom, but it gives me an incredibly close shave. It feels weird to gush over a lineup of shaving products, but truly, House of Atlas makes some one-of-a-kind products. Not to mention their products are also designed to look like they should have their own tech reveal. It's incredible stuff. The Atlas razor looks awesome. Has a sleek design, easy to hold and maneuver with a nice weight to it. I got the blue one, and it's truly the best looking razor that I've ever seen. The blade head has 5 US-made stainless steel blades that glide right through my facial hair. It has a high performance serum strip that's infused with ingredients like aloe, vitamin E, and shea butter, which reduces irritation and helps prevent ingrown hairs. The coolest part, the precision trim edge that's revealed by flipping back the serum strip for straight edges and detailing. And now, for a limited time, they're offering the entire Bird Gang 15% off your first order when you purchase any razor kit and the before and after set, which includes the precision shave cream and calming aftershave. Again, use that code CHAT at houseofatlas.com/chat. That's HOUSEOFATLAS.com with that promo code CHAT for 15% off your new razor kit and before and after set. Stop wasting money and time on shaving products that don't look good, aren't effective, and cost way too much. Visit houseofatlas.com/chat. Use that code CHAT, and trust me, you'll love it as much as I am right now, in addition to producer Chip. Here is the razor here that I'm showing you, and then right here is the precision shave cream. Great products. When you have a bad shave, it's so noticeable. Not only does it look bad, you can cut yourself up, but also you can just feel it yourself. Look good, feel good. That's always the motto here on this program. We're going to put that link down below in the comment section and in the description of today's show. House of Atlas, brand new sponsor here on board on Philadelphia Eagles Now. So let's start talking about the Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. And we'll begin here, right? The Commanders are a threat to the Eagles. Even diehard Eagles fans out there who stayed true to Philadelphia and they're never scared of other teams inside the NFC East. From an overall football standpoint, yeah, the Commanders are a threat to Philadelphia. They just made it to the NFC Championship game with a rookie quarterback who is legit and has all-world potential. But what happened in the NFC Championship game? We all saw it. What an impressive performance from Philadelphia. Their defense, Jalen Hurts, an all-around dominant performance for Nick Sirianni's football team, and specifically, the Eagles exposed a bad Commanders defense and hung up 55 points on Washington's head. And that served as a reality check for the Commanders. And we talked about it going into that game, right? There were concerns for Washington and their defense, especially their run defense, going up against this Eagles offensive line and Saquon Barkley. And what happened on the opening play of the game? Saquon Barkley, 60 yards to the cribbo, and the celebration started in South Philadelphia at the Link. But the Commanders, after that game, and they kind of knew going into that game, they had an inclination, right, that they needed to improve defensively, but that really served as a reality check. And they knew we need more talent and we need to get better on the defensive side of the football. But what have the Commanders done in free agency with some of the most cap space in the National Football League? I hate their strategy. They've, number one, overpaid players, and they have paid players over 30 years old. So they've given great money to good players, and they haven't gotten younger. In fact, they've gotten older, whereas the Eagles have let overpriced players go, allowing other teams to give them massive contracts. And Philadelphia's thought process is, let's continue the development of our young players. And still, even with the Eagles losing a couple of starters on defense, losing Mekhi Becton on offense, they're still one of the most youngest teams in the NFL and one of the most talented teams in the NFL. For Washington, I'm not really sure how they've gotten better. They've made some splashy moves, like they trade for Deebo Samuel, but Deebo Samuel is 29 years old. He was out of shape last year, had the worst year of his career, and didn't look to be the same player. And now he's going to be their number two. They're fully guaranteeing his contract for the 2025 season, and there are concerns around Deebo Samuel for sure. Now he has some familiarity with this coaching staff, and Adam Peters, the Commanders general manager who's signing all these contracts off, was a part of the front office that drafted Deebo. But since he had that first-team All-Pro season in 2021, when he was one of one, a spectacular player, hasn't been the same guy. The Commanders also needed to get better along the offensive line. They made another splashy trade for Laramie Tunsil. Now, when you look at some of the Pro Football Focus grades and what he's done with the entire body of work in his NFL career, he's still statistically one of the top offensive tackles in the game. He also was among the leaders for penalties last year at offensive tackle. And I'm excited to see how the young, twitchy, athletic, fast, quick edge rushers with burst can fare against Laramie Tunsil, who's clearly showing his age a little bit. This is one of the most puzzling moves of the offseason when the Commanders gave defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw, who was drafted in the first round by the Niners a few years ago, then went to the Jets, $15 million per year. $15 million per year for Javon Kinlaw, who's never played great football for a sustained period of time. And you know what's crazy? He might not start for Washington next year. They still have Daron Payne and Johnny Newton, who they drafted early last year. Just didn't get that move at all. The Commanders also signed safety Will Harris, who has some versatility in that secondary, can play slot, can play in the box. He can do a couple of different things. He's 29 years old. He's going to replace Jeremy Chen. The Commanders signed 10-year vet cornerback Jonathan Jones, who's been in the league for a decade, but he's 31 years old. They continue to bulk up in the trenches defensively by signing defensive tackle Eddie Goldman, who's 31 years old. His best days are behind him. They signed Dietrich Weiss, who's an okay player, who's 30 years old. So the serious question here has maybe the biggest threat to the Eagles inside the NFC East for sure, and arguably inside the NFC as a conference, gotten better. I don't think Washington's really gotten that much better. And you look at all the moves that they've made in free agency. The trade for Deebo. Zane Gonzalez, the kicker, is back. Bobby Wagner, Hall of Fame player, getting older, but played really well last year. $8 million in guaranteed money. Zach Ertz, they bring him back. I actually like that move because he was the right-hand man to Jayden Daniels last year. John Bates, 3 years, $21 million for a tight end too. $11.5 million in guaranteed money. Tressway, their punter, is back. Javon Kinlaw, talked about that. Laramie Tunsil, offensive tackle. Upside there, but concerns. Will Harris, 2-year, $8 million contract. They brought back Jeremy McNichols, the running back. Marcus Mariota, solid backup. Was bad for Philadelphia. Washington loves him. 1 year, nearly $7.4 million in guaranteed money. Eddie Goldman, 1 year deal. Jonathan Jones, 1 year up to $6.5. Kevon Seymour, cornerback. Dietrich Weiss, 1 year, $5. KJ Osborne, 1 year deal. Michael Dieter, not sure what the contract details are there yet. Noah Brown is back, 1 year up to $4.5. Sheldon Day, another defensive tackle, 1 year deal. Noah Igbenogany, a cornerback, has played well, but is what he is at this point. Jacob Martin, former Temple guy, 1 year up to $3. Nate Herbig, former Eagle. Cleveland Furrow, back. Jalen Holmes, signing with Washington as well. They had all this cap space, and they've devoted a lot of that financial capital to older players. The Commanders have signed, traded, or re-signed 12 players 30 years old or older. And then they added 7 more players who will turn 30 when the Super Bowl comes around. And here's the thing, too. If you're saying, Chase, a lot of these deals are short-term, well, a way to absorb that is by building through the draft, right? Well, the Commanders also have limited draft capital the next 2 years. They have 5 picks in the 2025 NFL Draft. 29th overall, 61, 128 from the Texans, 205 and 245. And then in the 2026 NFL Draft, they only have 5 picks. So they have 10 picks combined in the next 2 drafts. You know how much Philadelphia has in the next 2 drafts? Philadelphia has 21 selections in the next 2 drafts, including 11 picks in the first 4 rounds. Those 11 picks in the first 4 rounds, more than the Commanders have in the next 2 drafts combined. So what the Commanders are doing is the opposite strategy of what the Eagles are doing, where the Eagles are competing for now and in the future, building through the draft, financial capital. The Commanders seem to be trying to go all in right now, but it's in this clunky way where they're bringing in older players and they don't have a lot of draft picks. So this is significant, huge news potentially for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I round out with this. If you love the Birds and you hate the Commies, hit that thumbs up icon, like the video, and I'm going to give you some energy going into the weekend. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!